here as well, have set commitment timeline, very ambitious at this moment, and that's why we're moving at whether it's feasible, whether it's
That's all we have is do. Do. I don't want to give the kids do in the future. I don't think the kids should have do governments. I don't think the kids should have violent do wars. Oh, you know what? Speaking of wars, I had a little fun yesterday. I love having fun with your government. I love your government. Your government. What were we talking about yesterday? I'm trying to share this out to a few pages. Appreciate y'all sharing. Planned obsolescence. Yeah, we need to share them. Like they understand the future. Planned obsolescence, artificial scarcity. Share out to that page. We need to talk about the future. What kind of future we're gonna hand to the kids? We're gonna give them more to do, more the same. We're gonna give them something a little better. Planned obsolescence. I did that. What's the other page name? Free World Network. Yeah, that's a page. They sound like they on theme, sound like they on point. Free world. Will the green world take over the petrodollar? What's his name? John D. Rockefeller. Petro world. Well, we were having some fun yesterday. What were we talking about? We were talking about war. War is pro-rape. I don't care what you say. Empirically true. The #1 area that rape occurs around this planet are in war zones. Zones where there are no government. The #1 place they harvest pedophiles harvest kids for sex trafficking. War zones. A cheer for war is a cheer for rape. That's just the real story. That's the real story. Ain't no fake news in that. That's real. So anytime you see somebody cheering war, anytime their presidents or their prime minister start yelling, we're gonna go invade, we're gonna help Venezuela, just say pro-rape, because it's all pro-rape. That's where all the rape comes from. I think somebody posted a statistic, something about a woman is raped every 22 minutes. Fake news, hashtag. Ain't no way on this planet happens every damn 22 minutes. Women are raped every second on this planet. Think about sex slaves. Think about these children that they pull out of these war zones that America destroys. The countries they want to bring democracy and all they do is bring a rape apocalypse. Think about those countries. You think those little 7-year-old girls are working once every 22 minutes? Hell no. In the Philippines, they have PTSD. They working so hard. So no, I don't like your wars. I'm anti-war because I think rape is a bad idea. I don't care if your Congress is white. Your Congress can go to hell. Well, actually, no, I had to say that. They're already going. They're heading in that direction. They've already kind of made a solid decision. We're going to go to hell. That was like their decision. All right. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm running late. Let me get this thing together. I think we should talk about the future I think we can go through the news. We had some fun looking at comics yesterday. I try to keep a balance. Like I try to keep a balance of the stuff that I see in the news that I want to talk about, and then the stuff that y'all see that y'all want to talk about. So I appreciate people when y'all send me these links and research paths to go down. Currently, I'm trying to experiment with my microphone, so I don't have any background music right now. That makes some people happy, but I want to see if the audio cutting. I didn't know the audio was cutting out that bad. I like background music. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. But if we can't do background music, then we can't do it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Is everybody well today? How are the human beings all over this planet not cheering war? That's what we will not be doing. We will not be cheering the number one environments that produce slavery. This whole U.S. hegemony going back to the Monroe Doctrine nonsense, which actually the funny thing is, if you know the Monroe Doctrine, it actually started out as a positive thing. The Monroe. Then again, I think they say the paths leading to hell are always paved on good intentions. So that's something to think about. The real story is the Monroe Doctrine is about they wanted to protect Latin America. They were sick of y'all colonizing. They were sick of y'all in Europe. It's like Europe is colonizing Latin America too much. We're going to need to keep European influence from colonizing our Latin brothers and sisters. They started to figure out that, you know what? We all die if we keep this world of competition and conflict. But of course, it didn't take long before that got flipped. And now they use the Monroe Doctrine to invade everywhere they can and create all kind of slave trafficking and rape and destruction. And it's all okay because everybody got the 2020s, got your 2020s. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna drink my coffee. Let me see who's up in the house this morning. Otherwise, we can talk about China, the Hainan province. They're gonna be the first all green banning of petrol and diesel cars in 2030? In 10 years, they're gonna ban all them cars. You gotta drive an electric car. Green future. Good ideas. But there are no ideas. What we gonna do? How about stop voting for the governments that are causing problems? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Stop voting for the systems and the models. So, but I don't think Hainan province, I don't think they're gonna ban petrol being used in the tanks. They still need petrol in the tanks and the fighter jets because bankers run America. All right, let me see. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Anna. Let me go down to some comments. Good morning, brother Danny and Jennifer and Ann and Christine and Ivana and Amy and Yuli and Christine. Oh, Amy, girl, don't worry about yesterday. I ain't worried about yesterday. It was nothing. I saw you kirking out a little bit. I said, okay. Amy was like, I gotta get him. I gotta get him. We all get that way. We all get that way. I get that way. You get that way. We all get, because we all got buttons. Let's be honest. Outrage is important, and we all got triggers. And every now and then, somebody press that wrong button. No, don't press the P key. Don't press that. Don't press that slavery key. No. Hey. Somebody press that button and you flip out. It's okay. Sometimes you got. You know what? The way I put it, Amy, outrage is important. Outrage is important. It's important that when we all show our true feelings, then we can have real discussions, right? But if we all are showing fake feelings, then we're not having any real discussions. We might as well be Democrats and Republicans. We might as well be left and right. We might as well be, these groups that actually just have fantasy debates about things that don't matter. The only thing I try to do, I try to kind of keep calm. The older I get, the less I want to get like too outraged. I want to outrage in a way that I don't offend people, so we can have a real discussion and talk about all the bits and pieces and matters and why I got that trigger. Why is that button there? Because all the buttons are important. All the feelings are real. All the experiences of everybody around this world are valid, 100%. All right, let me see. Send us some love. Thank you for the love, Amy. Let me see. Richard, brother Richard's in the house, and Sharon and Mara. No toxins for kids. It is violent and abusive. I agree, Christine. I think it's a violation. I agree, 100%. Difference between force and violence. Violence is always a violation. It means you are going to violate somebody else's space, somebody else's body, somebody else's borders. That's always a violation. You can't violate children's bodies by poisoning them with fluoride and chlorine in the water and pesticides in their food. You can't violate them with spraying chemtrails and whatever you're spraying. That's a violation. Hell yeah, it's a violation. It's criminal activity. Damn near treasonous, the way I put it, Christine. Damn near treasonous. You know, you as a government, you can't turn on your people. You're supposed to be there for one purpose, to help the people. But of course, the American government ain't there to help nobody. They're kind of like the French government. Once you divide people up significantly enough, government doesn't have to work for the people. The government can work for whoever buys it. And that's where we live in. We live in an oligarchy. Good morning, Deborah and Brother James. Let me see. Unless we all stand up and discuss 911, wars will continue. Exactly, Christine, because the people who did 911, the people who killed JFK, they're the people who demand presidents do what they do. They're probably the people behind the NSA and bribing everybody. So you got your AOC. What's her name? AIOC? Akasia, and your Kamalas, and your Bernies, and your Trumps, and everybody else, your Obamas and Clintons, and they all gonna do the same thing, because ain't no president going in there getting murdered and shot and killed, and so they all fall right in high line behind Israel. Oh, Israel is in the news. Speaking of Israel, hey, Patricia Negro, she back on Facebook. Welcome back, girl. Shoot. You know what? You know what you need to watch, Patricia? You need to watch Joe Rogan last night, girl, last night. They did a good Twitter. Twitter was on Joe Rogan. I was thinking about you. Twitter was on y'all. I don't know if y'all know this. Patricia, she got banned for life from Twitter because she got a heart. she got warm blood beating through it. Sis don't play when it comes to Israel. She don't play, and they don't like that mess on Twitter. But it was a good discussion. Twitter showed up on Joe Rogan. It was like a 3-hour talk. I know I don't have a life. That's why I watch this. I just try to learn from people. So I was watching the whole 3-hour. It was great. Girl, you gotta watch it. Great. Make sure you watch it today. They were trying to defend themselves against censorship. And by the end of the discussion, it was very clear. They're very professional people at Twitter. They really mean well. But damn it, you conservatives are not allowed on their platform. You ain't allowed. Yeah, you're just not allowed. Your ideas, your ideologies, your perspective, your experiences, none of that is valid on Twitter. We will do our best to try to keep you around until you develop more liberal principles. But short of that, you're not allowed there. Violence from the liberal side is 100% allowed. Violence from the conservative side, oh no, you will get banned, and all your friends and your mama too. So it was a great discussion. They kind of talked about censorship and how this is going forward and what they want to do. So you should watch it. Anyway, welcome to the morning. Good morning, Kati. Good morning, Ingrid. We got people from Europe this morning. Oh, the other thing about Israel, that's what I wanted to say. I saw your name, I wanted to say, because every time I think about what's going on, I think about you, Rezeg, and Brother Al. We gave them, what kind of missile we gave them? We gave them that damn missile, that missile defense system, THAAD. We put a THAAD device in Israel. Yesterday was in the news, THAAD device in Israel to protect Israel because they need to defend themselves. They don't have nuclear weapons and tanks enough to destroy half the damn planet by themselves without $1 US, but they still sending US dollars over there. Now we sent the THAAD missile. We also sent the THAAD missile system to Saudi Arabia. Why would we do such a thing? Because Saudi Arabia has the right to protect itself. Nope, that's not what's going on. They are done sold out there on the U.S. side. They work for the oligarchs and whoever runs the banks. And I know what y'all are going to say, the Jews run the banks. Yeah, okay, the people are Jewish. I get that. But they're more Zionists and psychopaths than they are Jewish or any damn thing else if you read the Torah. So, but they all doing the same thing. Shoot, if you can take an assault rifle and defend your borders and shoot children, if you can cut people's heads off and give women no rights in Saudi Arabia, and you can give a damn robot women's rights. Did y'all see that? The damn robot, the AI robot in Saudi Arabia got more rights than the women do. The women are slaves. They can't get driver's license. They can't leave the country. They can't get no kind of pass to go nowhere. They can't have bank accounts. They are 100% slaves. They can't even go out in public unless they put rags and cover themselves, all kind of covers. And we're sending them THAAD missile systems. Why? Because we need to protect Saudi Arabia. You know, so Congress, and they got white. So it's okay though, y'all. It's okay. Congress they wearing white. They're gonna stand up for women's rights. They're gonna stand. Oh gosh, let me see. We need to destroy. Oh, so how's my audio? How's my audio? Anybody got any feedback on my audio? Let me go down. I'm way up in the comments. I'm just trying to see if the background music's kind of messing with it. I know it's not my headset. I don't know if it's the laptop. I know, actually, I don't think it's Facebook and YouTube. I don't think that they mad at me in that way. I don't think it's them. I think something else is in between. Something else is going on. So I think it might actually be the background music because it fades in and fades out. And I didn't realize that you can only hear like every 8 word. I'm like flipping. I'm like, what's the point of doing this if people can't hear you? We need to walk away from the system and wars will stop. That's it, Christine. That's it. Hashtag walk away. We're done. That's it. When you're done, that's when women get rights. When you're hashtag done, that's when rape stops. When you're hashtag done, that's when, you know what, the thing I was looking at the prison system too. Do you realize during the Reagan administration, there were 33,000 people in prison? Now, most of them were probably unconstitutional, but there were only 33,000 people in prison. And to be honest with you, I think that's too many. But the real story is they went from 33,000 to his tough on crime ideas into 200 and something thousand. Now we have millions of people locked up in the prison system and on parole with the devices on their legs. All this unconstitutional, foul, non-Bill of Rights craziness. You know, all on this idea because Reagan handed it to Clinton, came up with the crime bill, all the Black Caucus, Sellout Caucus, they all jumped right in, everybody. Then they restarted slavery in America and they got millions of people in prison. You know, all on this concept of being tough on crime. And I offer the debate, not from me, because I ain't that smart, from the neuroscientists and the behavioral scientists, that you actually can't be tough on crime. That doesn't slow crime. It doesn't stop crime. When you're tough on crime, you create crime. You multiply crime. You increase rape. You increase murder. You increase gun crimes. You increase theft. You increase everything. And not just from the fact that because you're trying to be tough and penalize it, but from the fact that you're actually creating it on the back end by not actually addressing the real damn problem why your citizens are doing the crimes. You can't be tough on crime. That just creates it. The only thing you can be is I think I posted it this morning. The only thing I think you can be is you can resolve the root cause problems that make it a good idea for your citizens to risk their freedom to do a crime. That's the only thing I think you can do. So I was looking at the system this morning. Let me see what else y'all got. Let me see. I am pro peace here in Vermont with Thomas Gallon. Oh, brother Gallon's son. Hey, Deborah, what's up, brother Gallon's son? Man, I miss your father. Your father's a good man. Good man. Good man. We got some good debates. We are blessed as a world to have people like Brother Gallon around. God bless his soul, and he's still here. Let everybody know. Let the family know. People don't actually die, y'all. We don't actually go nowhere. We just transcend. Energy is never dissipated or removed. We just change. None of us understand it. None of us understand it. The only thing I can tell y'all is when people close to me transcend, after a period of time, you start to feel closer to them than what you ever did in life. That's the only thing. When I lost my pop, brother, I lost him about 3 years ago. The only thing I can think about now at 3 years, I welled up. I cried the whole year. You know what? I actually had to shut down my Facebook. I couldn't even do it. I didn't want to do the Facebook thing. I kind of went back in a hole and I came back out about a year later. But, you know, the only thing I think about now, it gets better. It gets better. The only thing I think about now is my pop sees everything I do now. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay because sometimes I'm doing things and I don't want Pop to see that. I'm kind of like, whoa, hey, brother, hey. You know, we don't have no curtains. I can't go in another room. I can't. And I talk to him all the time. So the only thing I can say, y'all, is it gets better. It gets better. And Sister Lori also. Brother Alex in the house. Clemency, good morning. What the hell you doing up, Clemency? It's too early in the morning. How's the audio? Still good? Who we got? Good morning. Good morning. Feeling the burn this morning. Are you, Brother Daniel? Yeah, like a raging case of hemorrhoids. I've heard. Let me see. I bet my old bestie's still running. Then she's 25. Okay, I got kicked out of my house. Ooh, okay, Amy. I feel that. But here's my point, right? Like, this is when I'm looking at the prison system, this is what I'm thinking about, is listening to neuroscientists and the professionals and not the moron politicians. They explain why people do crimes. Because people like food. People like houses. They don't like to get kicked out of their house when they're 17 and 25. Amy, I didn't tell you I had a son. My oldest son, he didn't used to bring home dogs and puppies and cats and stuff. He used to like to bring home what y'all call white kids. I don't know how many lived in my house. He just bring them home. I don't know where he find it. He just kept bringing them home. Oh, he brought home an interracial kid too. He just bring his dad. I was out of school. You know what? I found this. Can it stay here for us for a couple months or something? So I had people stay at my house. I've had all kind of people stay at my house. I've had, like, from a domestic violence perspective, I had so many women stay at my house. My kids, they probably thought I was a player. Like, Dad, what the got this woman doing at the house? Who that's? What's your name? Tina? What's your name? Tanisha? What's your name? Keisha? What's your name? I feel I was raised at a time when people need help, you help them. You don't turn anybody away. See, when I said I'd give my life to Jesus, I was being real. I was being real. I didn't give my life to the pastor. I didn't give my life to the book King James Version. I didn't give my life to the deacons. I gave my life to Christ. And Christ said I'm supposed to help everybody. I'm supposed to give them the shirt off my back. I'm not supposed to invade their countries. I'm not ever supposed to cheer or clap for war or support anybody who does it, because that's the #1 environment rape comes from. And rape is kind of a bad idea. We might want that to go into the ancient past a little bit. So we need to stop cheering the #1 conditions that bring that about. Whew, I'm not even sure what are we talking about. We're talking about the future. Oh yeah, like solving problems. So if it's simple. Kids get moody when they don't have food. They like to rob candy stores. They got to eat food and drink water. If they don't have no place to live, they like to make tents on your property. That's what happens when you starve people. That's why I think we've got to focus on the future. Focus on what kind of world do we want to lead the kids? Do we want to keep giving them anger and hate and scarcity and poverty, requiring that they do crimes because all the laws are written against survival? Or do we want to give them something better? In order to give them something better, it means we got to evolve. You see this big green hand? I like this picture behind me. See, let me move my big head out the way. Y'all see this big? Dang, why my head so big? Hold on, let me move this out there. I didn't have a choice. I was born. I don't know if I got that from my mama or my daddy's side. I got a big head though. But see, you want a green future where the green come in and it crushes the oil companies and the petrodollar? The only way to do that, boys and girls, is y'all got to get together. That's the only way to do it. I'm telling you, John D. Rockefeller, Devil Bill, they done seen you coming a long way. They done divided you up on race and religion and country. And they gonna win. They gonna win. They're psychopaths. They gonna win or die the earth trying. Everybody come together, fight for a better future. Stop. Because you know what? Like, here's my thought. That's what I was thinking about. I'm trying to go through comments this morning. Is if we continue on this idea of nations, we are all going to die miserably. If we continue on this idea of competition, expanding, growing populations, keeping them in competition with each other, and keeping the entire nation in competition with other growing nations, that's an apocalypse just waiting to happen. That's just kicking that can down the road till we all die. And I think that's a bad idea. I don't think that's a world we want to give the kids. So we got to start to evolve out of these bigoted mindsets of nations, these bigoted mindsets of races, these bigoted mindsets of religion. And we got to start to work together, because the oil companies, they know we're coming. They know we're coming. They're prepared. They got all kind of drones. Did y'all see the drone? I'll show you. All right, no, I don't want to drive it. I'll let y'all drive it. But they got the damn, who was that? MIT got that dog now that flip. I want to show y'all that. I want to show you the robot. Somebody's got to say, show it to me. They got that damn thing, and Russia's got that drive-in soldier now that shoots people. And one soldier lands on a parachute with 20 of these like little robots, and he controls them like a video game. And he tells them where to go, or he can sync their guns up with his targeting system. So wherever he's shooting, they're shooting. He can press a button like a video game. It'll launch a grenade. Like, this is like the Russians are evil. No, they are preparing for us. They are making sure as long as the West is invading and colonizing and destroying nations, they're going to be ready. But no, what was it? Oh, I'm going to tell you about something. I'll tell you something real quick. So I was driving on the highway. Was it 2 days ago? 2 days ago, other side of the roadway. Americans are good people, y'all. Good people. Don't hate America. Don't hate Americans. I'm tough on them because I'm supposed to be, because I'm here. Don't hate them. They're good people. I was driving, icy conditions. Deer ran across the road. It was like a 3-lane highway on this side, three-way highway on the other side. Deer ran across the road. Boom! Hit the car. Lady car span around, flipped over. And I saw this in the distance. By the time I actually, maybe I saw it, it was maybe like a quarter, half mile down the road. By the time I got down there and I realized it was a deer and saw what happened on the side of the road, the Americans already hit their brakes in my lanes. All three of them stopped, pulled over. trucks and everything, and hillbillies and everybody jumping out, redneck ZZ Top, and the brothers with the pants sagging, and they got the big boots and the dark tinted glasses, and the low riders and the city people, the country, and everybody was running across ice and snowbanks to get to the other side of the road to save that woman, to see what they could do to help. That's who we need to be, because that's who we are. When we aren't dumb and gaslit and watching TV and reading the newspaper, being dumb and ignorant on our bigoted tribal sides, being played by the leaders, we are those people. That is us. We go to the aid of people being raped. We don't go send weapons and bombs to help the people who want to rape them. We don't destroy towns. We go rebuild things. That's the world socially we want to build, but that's who we are. The problem though is it takes disaster to pull that out of most people. And I want to know why. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I want to understand why. Because I saw that made I couldn't even stop. I was going to get out and stop me. I couldn't even go help. I felt bad. I felt bad, but it was already 20 Americans running across the damn jumping over. Ice lady had the dress and took the pumps off, threw them in the air. Damn it, I gotta go help. She in the dress trying to go to work, climbing over stuff, spilling the coffee, just trying to get to the other side of the highway to help somebody. Why can't we do that in elections? Why can't we do that when people are hungry? Why can't we do that when people are walking up to our border and they just want food and a place to live and safety and freedom? Why can't we do that in Honduras, nation we've destroyed year after year after year? Why can't we do that in Haiti? Why can't we look at those people as human? Why can't we look at those people as driving a car in their nation, crashing into the CIA, and we need to go help them? Why can't we do that? I don't understand that. I don't really, I guess you see the lady, you see the deer, you see the crash, and you're like, oh, I need to go help. But if you don't see it, if you don't see the lady, you just see a television, you see a pundit talking crap and you side with them because of this color, that race, this political party, or that religion, or they're on a television station you like, and you just agree that it's okay for the people in that country to get murdered, raped, destroyed, sex trafficked, pedophile. All the dark ages, all the psychopathic stuff from the dark ages are all prolific today. Why? Because they've been made legal. That's it. The dark ages never ended. The Nazis never went away. The Fourth Reich came here, and the dark ages, everything that they used to do to children and everybody else is all 100% legal. Right now, somewhere in a basement under some prison somewhere where America shoves all of its children it doesn't like, children are chained up naked, being beat by correctional officers. Yes, I know people who've gone to prison, and unfortunately, I know the stories. Real things. And some of them wrote books, and they explain what happens in little torture chambers in solitary confinement. All right, anyway, what we got? Hey, good morning, YouTube. Augustine, Cedar, Linda. U.S. economic policy can change all that by a federal jobs guarantee. Everyone can have a job, a living wage. I kind of agree with that, Linda. I kind of agree with that. I'm not a job person. I don't. I know somebody arguing in class, he must be lazy. He doesn't want to work. I work. I'm not going to tell you all the things that I do all day. I do more before noon than most people do their whole damn day. I used to work in an office in corporate America. I know what y'all do. All right. No, I work. It's the type of job. That's my problem, Linda. It's the type of job. They want to give you jobs working as a mailman for the CIA. They want to give you jobs being the person sweeping the floor for the FBI. They want to give you a job being the person that does the barbershop haircut stuff for the Homeland Security. I don't want those kind of jobs. People don't need those jobs. We need to evolve. The problem is our government's psychopathically gone. We don't even have one. Like, I'm okay with people not working. I am. I'm okay with people not working because I know it doesn't cost us a thing. I'm okay with that because I know when kids have food, a house, and people have freedom, they're very nice people. You love the people. But when you starve them, they don't. So I like the idea of people having jobs, but I don't think people should work, but they should do significant work. And they should do work that human beings are good at, being creative and loving and raising children, doing those things. Pretty much everything else robots are better at. And war has proven that. right? Because in war, people say, no, robots can't do my job. In war, robots are doing everybody's job. They're taking all the jobs. Every last job, because the problem is human beings, they have limits. Let me see. Audio is much better. Oh, okay. A lot of us do like the music, though. All right, Brother Don. I agree with you, Brother Don. I agree. Solidarity with the music. The struggle is real. I want to have a little back. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a little background music. I'm gonna play it low. I'm gonna play it real low. I'm gonna do it real low. Hold on, mama. I'm gonna turn the music on real low because I like background music. It feels weird. Like I can hear the waterfall in the background. Y'all can't hear that. I can hear it. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it real low though, and just tell me if the audio starts messing up. Is that low? Can you hear it subtle, Brother Don, in the background? Kind of subtle, make it feel good. Can you hear that? All right, I'm gonna. Actually, no. I wonder if it's the music I picked too. Hold on. I need to go pick the right one. It's not that. I like that. I like happy music. Boom, boom. Y'all like that? Boom, boom, boom. Like what this fool talking about today? Boom, 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 boom. I saw all this news happy music, yo. I don't do angry music anymore. I used to do angry music when I was a kid. Oh my goodness. Oh, is it loud? It's loud. Somebody said it's loud. Is it loud? I only do happy music. Tabla. I don't know what tabla means. Somebody who said that? Speak English. Welcome to the earth. Speak English. I like happy music. That's all I listen to. That's all I do. I don't do angry music. I used to do angry music, violent music, but I realized that it programs you. Music is important. Music, it programs you. You know, when they say happy things in the background, it's fun. Makes you feel good. When they say angry things, make you angry. Get you a little moody. I know they got a nice beat, but they're programming you with crazy, crazy thoughts. So I don't listen to happy music. All right, so y'all can hear the music sound good. Let me know if the audio starts messing up. We're doing a little test this morning, I guess. Going to work, Clemency? What you going to work? You still a slave, girl? All right, well, we're working on that. Yeah, I know most people going to work this morning. Let me see. Angie, good morning. Michael, Roy, Thomas, Serge. My house too. Amy's 44. I'm 44 too, Amy. We grew up together. How awesome is that? Always full. You have a good heart. I think I have a good heart, Clemency. I think everybody has a good heart. I think everybody got love in there. Everybody. Because think about it. Every child is born wanting to play with somebody else. Every child is born with all kind of love in their heart. And then we break them. We break them. We somehow cover that love up. The love is still there. It's covered up under a lot of bull, but the love is still there. And I think we got to figure out how to bring that love back out of people. Make them think about the future. Maybe get them to prioritize their children more than themselves. That's what I don't know how to do. Music is good. It sounds like mission music, hiking. I like it, Marilyn. You gotta have happy music. Start the day out right. And have 2 leases. One at my daughter's and one where I was. Neither one of them would let me. I wasn't going to involve the police. Uh-oh. I don't know what we're talking about, Amy. I missed the top of that. You were talking to somebody. I'm sorry. That don't sound good. That don't sound good. The police, that don't sound good. I don't go nowhere with the police. I do everything and I don't try to involve the police. Everything, Amy. Everything I do. I try to not involve courts, police, and government. That's it. If I gotta go somewhere, y'all invite me to the party, y'all invite me somewhere. Like, I had that as a rule in college. You invited me somewhere. If the police had to be there, I wasn't coming. I'm not where as an adult. If we gotta go somewhere, then you need government representation. You need police presence. I ain't coming. You can. I send you. I catch you later because I don't like being around authoritarians. All right, let's go down. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, Susan. Meek Mill's interview on CNN about prison reform from a year ago is spot on. He asked interviewers if you saw your neighbors and loved ones getting murdered 7 days a week, would you carry a gun? He said yes, he probably would. Hell yeah, Susan, hell yeah. Please, come on. Well, that's just common sense. It's common sense. You need to protect your family and protect your house. And we can build a society where people don't need guns. You know, we just choose not to do that because it's easier if everybody's fighting each other and everybody's scared. You build a society where people love each other and they take care of each other, they're not scared of each other, they get along, they sit down, eat coffee. People don't have to go to work. They don't have to commute. Their job is to raise the next generation to be smart, and after their kids are grown, focus on something positive, make some robots, write some software, be creative, do music, art, something, just to contribute to the happiness of society. We can do that. We have the automation and robots to give that to everybody. The problem is we can't get people to agree that it's a good idea that we don't live miserable lives working for corporations. That's a hard thing. I can't figure out how to do that yet. Then again, I've seen things people haven't because I worked in the industry, and I realized they have the robots. You're just not really allowed to see all of them because they're used for the higher purposes in corporations and for a war, which makes it top secret. But we have the ability to do all of that. You just imagine if you lived for a living. Imagine that. That's why I don't like to ask people what you do for a living. Because I always get horrible slave answers. What you do for a living, Bob? I'm a banker. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. What you do for a living, Junie? I'm an accountant. Damn, sorry to hear that. Because what kid like wakes up one day, just they're born, pop out the mama womb. I want to be a banker. I want to just have spreadsheets in office buildings all day long with people I don't know. Leaving my kids with strangers. That's what I want to do for a living. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a job. I'm just saying you should live for a living. Everybody in our ancient past died. In our most recent past, making all this technology so we could be better. The next generation could be stronger, more united, not divided, working for corporations so they can use all the technology for them. That's why I'm a big believer in the open source world. When we all know what's true, we can all make good decisions. When we're all kept from the truth, then we can be gaslit into being fools fighting each other. That's why I don't think government should have secrets. And my policy, that haven't changed. The initiatives I think we need to behind, because we act like behinds. No secrets in government, no secrets in corporations, and all politicians gotta have body cameras. The only thing I add to that most recently was direct democracy. People need to vote for themselves. Y'all need to figure it out. Stop asking for leaders. Stop letting leaders represent you. You're an adult. Those are the things I stand by. Have you seen the Killbot drone swarms? Yes, belly dumped me from the sky. Yes, Daniel, I've seen them. I post it every now and then. And that's the future. That's the future, because police got hearts. I know y'all, police ain't got no hearts. They cold-blooded killers. No, they actually got hearts. They got hearts. Wait till you get the new police. Wait, Dad, go ahead, Dad, you tell them. Wait till y'all get your new police. Wait till they roll out the robot swarms. They don't give two damns about anybody. They aren't going to be prejudiced at all. They're not going to be prejudiced toward the middle class. They're not going to be prejudiced towards people who look like them. They're not going to be prejudiced towards anything other than you will comply or you will die. It's that simple. They'd take tell a robot, don't tase me. Don't tase me, bro. Go ahead, tell a robot that. Robot, want to play a game? You didn't pay your taxes. Hey, don't tase me, bro. You better walk what that robot tells you. That's what 5G is for. Hillbillies and ZZ Top. Yes, good morning, Orange. We are love. Yes, we are love. Good morning, Brother Ron. Yes. Why can't we stop killing people? Clemencia, because we're in conflict, I think. I think because we starve people. We live in an artificially scarce society. We raise children as little violent warriors. We show them nothing but hate, and they grow up into parents of hate, right? We show, and that's why violence exists, and people go along with it. But we don't think about it too. As adults, when we start to heal some of those warrior genes that turned on as abused children in a scarce society, we can start turning it off. And I think memes are doing that. Y'all know the power of memes. It's a powerful thing. That's why Twitter's banning the hell out of them. That's why, like I said, I posted that yesterday. War is pro-rape, no matter how you turn it, no matter how you shake it, no matter if it's a woman in Congress in a white dress telling you that. War is always pro-rape. And I think when we really start to think about the real dangerous effects of violence and killing, then we can make good decisions. But as long as we live in this conflict, America first, which in America's never first. Y'all notice that? They always say America first, America's my race first, my religion first, my first. As long as we're divided up like that, they're all going to keep raising the next generations to be increasingly violent. Corporations like money, and the only way they make a lot of money is they get captive audiences. How they get captive audiences? They buy the rights from the politicians for giving them campaign contributions. And that's just how it works. So you're constantly giving up your rights. They're constantly making us more violent. We need to be jumping up in the air and screaming, we got racial problems in our country. We got violence in our country because we got psychopaths that are writing the laws, taking money from big corporations. Definitely missed the music. Oh, the music. I'm way up in comments. I got the music back on. The audio still good. Give me some feedback. I need to see if I need to get one of them big microphones. I don't like them though. They put the big microphone in your face. You're talking like I don't like it. I don't like it. I watch Joe Rogan. I watch all the successful podcasters, Lionel and all the rest of them. And they got these big. I'm sorry. I'll be honest with you. They look like electronic dildos. They do. I don't want a dildo in my face. It's not my thing. This is not my thing. Oh, and that's the other thing I was thinking about. Facebook, y'all need to fix that story thing. I done sent some love hearts to somebody I didn't mean to. You know, I'm talking about the story. It flips by really fast, and you see the stories. I still don't even know what they're for, but they flip by. I watch everybody's story, see the kids and pretty faces, and y'all working out in the gym and all that. Press the like, good, you're working out. And by the time you press it, the picture done flipped, and it's like it was the hillbilly had it was a donkey or something. And had this big old bush, and here I am sending him hearts. I lost a friend. I lost a friend yesterday. I was like, I didn't mean, I meant the girl before, but you couldn't see the girl. Y'all need to fix that Facebook. That's all. All right, let me see. You don't need to defend yourself. Oh, Dee Dee, who's somebody defending themselves? People need to defend themselves sometimes. Sometimes people coming after you. Let me say, I didn't go to work yesterday or today. Good, Amy. You shouldn't go to work any day. You should be doing positive things for the future. All right, are we going to get into the news today, or are we just going to talk a little bit? Vaccinations is a sin against your children. It is, Cheryl, and the sins of the father always come back to the next year. Thank you for that. Y'all had me on scripture yesterday. That title up there. Our sins always revisit our children. Our sins, all the things. What are sins? I don't know. I guess it depends on how you think. To me, a sin mostly it's a lot of it does go back to scripture, but mostly it goes back to things that violate. All right, you got force and violence. Things that violate are sins. If you violate the earth that we need to live on, you violate the soil that we grow crops in. You violate children's bodies with corporate products called vaccines without getting their permission, instead forcing it on them. You violate an earth, staying on petrodollar and fossil, destroying ecosystems, fracking, polluting waters. Those are all violations. Violating a woman, telling her what to do with her body. That's a violation. I know you don't think so. I do. I do. I think that's sin. I think it's sin because the Bible I grew up reading my entire damn life said I'm not supposed to tell other people what to do. I'm supposed to give them free will, and I should be doing what Christ did. And Christ didn't do nothing about telling women what to do with their bodies at all, in any way, whether it be the hooker or anything else. Christ did not go to Caesar and say, you do this. So all of that is sin. And when you sin, it multiplies and it adds up and it rolls down the hill. And it gets to this big, nasty, funky poop of a future where now women walk around with shirts in New York City screaming and yelling, yay! I got an abortion. I got 2. I got 5. I got 6. Yay! And you can sit here and say that those people are evil, and those people aren't evil. The people are doing evil, but they're responding to your original sin. Violating their free will and their sovereignty, the psychopathic Babylonian government. Don't tell people what to do. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. Do you. Let them do them. You know, oh, I publicly had to tell everybody yesterday. I'm publicly identifying, affiliated with alien. All right, I'm done with you monkeys. I ain't one of your monkeys now. We all get to pick what we want to be now, and I'm all about the picking. Everybody didn't pick races races and genders and all that they affiliate and identify and associate with. I permanently am an alien. You will address me appropriately, or I will report you and have your profile flat. All right, done with y'all. I believe the second chromosome, the one that's there that's not supposed to be there, the one that's higher evolved than any other chromosome that ripped from Adam, that understands that's probably what Adam saw. He's like, oh, take a rib from Eve. No, it was just DNA. It's probably the second chromosome. He saw the helix, you know, the DNA helix. That's who I affiliate with. But it was a good talk on Joe Rogan the other day. Great talk on censorship. Great talk. But conservatives, y'all have to find a new platform, because Twitter don't give two damn. That's all I'm saying. It is not a democratic platform. You will comply. They're like the Borg. You will comply. It is not free speech at all. And me, I like hate speech. I love hate speech. Hate speech is so important. It's just delicious and nutritious. You're supposed to hear hate speech, because if we don't know where our society is hurting, how the hell can we help it? That's why I'm against all speech banning. I have to agree with the right in that discussion. You know, the answer to hate speech is more speech. That's the right thing to do. And it's weird because the left, they want to shut down speech. They want to lock it down like a plantation. Take us back to the slave days where people can't talk. Make more voiceless people. You don't like them. They're not popular at the time. Forgetting there's a whole lot of people, a whole lot of genders and race and religion that weren't popular at the time, that they silenced. They understand where that goes. You're going to figure it out. We all going to go together. We're going to be an evil little place in the future. Speech is important. That's the only way you have a democracy. That's the only way you know what everybody's up to, what they feel like, where the pains are. It's the only place you know where to solve. That's why crime is important. Knowing where it occurs, knowing why it occurs, knowing if you raise people to be criminals, they will become criminals. If you raise them to be rapers, they will rape. If you raise them in abuse, they will become abusers. But we don't like to listen to the professionals. We like to pretend we're professionals on Facebook and YouTube. Tell everybody else what to do. Let me see. I had a meltdown as my car wouldn't start. Uh-oh, Dee Dee. I hope you got your car started. Yeah, it's a challenge. That's another thing in the future. We shouldn't be driving old, broken down, beat up cars anymore. Everybody should have a car. You know, if we didn't get locked into this John D. Rockefeller petrol world, we'd all be driving electric cars. They'd probably be all automated, driven by AIs. There'd be no more car accidents. No people would be dying in them. Everybody's car will start. Everything would be like Uber. It'd be like an AI Uber. You just walk outside, say, come pick me up. Little device pull up, you get in, go. But the problem with that is if you don't give people those artificially scarce moments that piss them off, that make them take Xanax and prove, you can't make money off of them. If everybody's happy, if government actually were working for citizens, they would have helped orchestrate that green automated society that makes everybody happy. But you can't make money off of happy people. You make money off of angry people. You make money off of people who are pissed off, whose car. That's how you do it, because then they'll go out and get a job and work for a John D. Rockefeller massive corporation that takes loans from the Rockefellers and Rothschilds banks. That's how you make a society. You make a society full of slaves by giving them pain, and that's what they always do. I'm all about pain exit. Let me see, what do we got? What do we got? We're going down. Are we going to the news today? Or are we just talking? The volume's good now. Okay, all right, cool. All right, good morning, Echo. Good morning. Let me see. We need masses to tip the scales. Thank you, Amy. We need masses to tip the scales. And the only way we get masses is we stop fighting with people. We stop telling people what to do. We believe in everybody's perspective, or we accept everybody's perspectives. We try to find more in what we agree on than the dramatic things we don't. Making drama of what we don't. Like, I hear people say stuff sometimes, and I disagree, but I don't say anything. I disagree. Sometimes I think it's wrong, but I don't say anything, because sometimes there's a time and I don't think you have to disagree with everybody all the damn time. Those are people who just want to be heard, who just want to force you to believe what they believe. Sometimes you can hear something, you can disagree. You don't have to. I think it's important to speak up, but pick and choose the time. Like, so, you know, somebody do things. Sometimes I listen to people, and I can see very clearly that they deeply believe in something, or they're deeply, deeply affected by something, or they're just not in a place to talk about it, right? It's one of their pet peeves or something that hit them personally. I give them space. I give them space. I'll agree on something else. You know, I'll agree, like child protection's a good one, because I know a lot of friends who've lost their kids to this nonsense. But if you lost your kid, I'm not going to disagree with you about whether or not child protection is corrupt. I already know it's a trafficking business. I'm just going to agree that, you know, maybe we need to spend a little more time questioning government when they take the kids. Maybe who chooses if they take the kids shouldn't be a 25-year-old just out of college that doesn't have any kids, that's never raised a family. Maybe it shouldn't be a judge with a robe and on a maritime ship. Don't give me in the maritime law, pretending he works for the crown in Britain and you don't have a constitution. Maybe it needs to be a jury. Maybe it needs to be a jury of peers who are parents, who raise children, who live in the community you do. Maybe it should be some of your neighbors. I don't know. I mean, child abuse is a real thing, but most kids don't get taken for abuse. But if I can see, my point though is, if I can see that somebody's like really tweaked by it, if I want to start an argument, if I want to be a troll, then yeah, I'll jump in, make a bunch of a mess. But if I'm trying to solve problems and I'm trying to make friends and I'm trying to understand perspectives, then I keep my opinions to myself. I'll agree that we need to change the world. We don't have to agree on how to change it. We just need to agree on changing it. That's what I'm thinking. All right, let me see. I feel more alive being creative. I know. Imagine that, Clemency. Imagine if people felt alive. They're happy people. They're happy people. They run through the streets and they dance and sing. It's Fantasia. They take care of the yard. It's beautiful. It's pretty. They plant flowers. Nice to you. Greet you good morning. Talk to you. That world, we can have it. And if we can't have it, the kids can have it. The question is, do we want to have it? Instead of fighting over everything, stealing everything from everybody else. Let me see. Your voice gets louder when you turn away from the mic. Stop jumping around. It's hard, Marilyn. I'm happy. Marilyn, I'm sorry. I'm happy. But you know what? Maybe that's what it is. So you think when my mic, because I think the mic is right here. We're doing some troubleshooting today. The mic swings around, like maybe it gets louder, it gets louder, softer. I don't know. I have to figure that out. All right, let me get down to the bottom. I do kind of want to get into the news a little bit. What y'all talking about? We teach them to lie. We lie to them. Yes, we do, Cheryl. We tell them about Santa Claus. We tell them about the Tooth Fairy. We tell them about the Lucky Charm guy. We tell them all of these fantasies. The Easter. We tell them all that. We tell them about Democrats and we tell them about Republicans. We tell them that the president's making decisions in our country. We tell them that the Congress are good people. We tell them that we're spreading freedom and democracy. We tell them that we just lie and lie and lie. They go to school. What happens? They lie. They lied to. Tell them, oh, we're using the Monroe Doctrine to help people. We're gotta secure oil and feed people, and we're feeding the hungry, and we're giving homes to the homeless. Good people. And after a while, the kid's like, damn, everybody lied to me. All we do is lie to them. It's like, okay, I understand the world I'm in. The world is called lie world. I'm supposed to lie too. And they lied too. I understand the world I'm in. I'm supposed to turn against people just the way my parents do in politics and comment sections on social media. And we give them our problems. Biggest problem we have. Stop giving kids our problems. All right, let me get down to the bottom. Good morning, Deborah. Get down. I'm trying to greet everybody. I can't even get down to the bottom. We haven't even looked at the news once. Good morning, Ronald. Thank you, Gerard. I know 4 people severely injured, 1 in the hospital for a year, vaccine injured, more brown and black people. Well, Christine, we were told that. We didn't listen. We were told that by the CDC whistleblower. Vaccines now, it's a religion. There are people who religiously believe it. I'm a big skeptic. You know, so yeah, people are dying, they're being hurt. And that's why they allocate billions of dollars for it. It's not they don't have warning on drug labels because they work. They have warning on drug labels because it's a problem. And it kind of sort of works. Sometimes if you're one of the lucky ones, if you're not one of the lucky ones, you're going to die, get the blue bumps of some diarrhea and some anal bleeding. That's how it goes. I'm not interested in any laboratory created products. I don't think you can force anybody to take anything that's made in the laboratory because you believe in it. If they don't believe in it, I believe in sovereignty. That's violence. That's a violation. Also, thou shalt not kill. What's that, Tam? I thought that was thou shalt not kill unless King James says a good idea. I thought that thou shalt not kill unless Congress or somebody says that's a good idea. I thought that was thou shalt not kill unless somebody that looks like me, you know, somebody I trust tells me it's okay to go to somebody else's country and murder them and steal their oil. Did y'all see Guaido? Guaido went back. He went back. Y'all see he went back to Venezuela. And they had all the camera angles. Did you notice all the camera angles were like showing the crowd from positions where it looks like it's a big crowd? They were like low positions looking up, not like high positions looking down like you see when it's a big crowd. The speculation was there were about 100 people who showed up at the airport when he got home. Venezuela's so done with that sellout CIA drone of a president. They're so sick of him, which is good. The Venezuelan people pulled together against this whole colonization, steal their oil effort. He went and landed, about 100 people showed up, and that included press, which probably made up 20 or 30 of them. Nobody showed up. Nobody cared. Like, you back? We still don't know who are you? Who? What's your name? What you want? Why are you here? And then Maduro didn't arrest him, which is smart. Maduro's playing his cards out. He's smart. He's playing it out. I'm not saying he's a great president. I don't believe in leaders at all, but that's not my place. I don't live in Venezuela. I'm not subject to the tyranny that's there. I'm subject to the tyranny that comes out of Washington. So I have no input on what they do over there. That's not my business. Let me see. Abortion also hurt women, if not immediately the soul. It does, Tammy. And I know that. See, this is my thing. I don't want anyone to think I'm pro-abortion. There's a difference between being pro-free will, listen to what God said, pro-free will, listen to natural law, and being pro-abortion. I am not pro-abortion at all. And the only reason I'm not pro-abortion, because a very close friend of mine, well, actually a couple close friends got one, but one got one. She had nightmares for months. I mean, the things she told me, I won't say on here. It actually was pretty graphic. But later in life, she had kids, and she regrets it. And I think that's pretty much a consensus. I don't know if anybody else has a different perspective, but that was pretty much a consensus amongst my friends. Early in life, things happened. They got pregnant, didn't want to have the baby, got an abortion. Could have lived in a society where there are a lot of kids who wanted kids who could have took the kids, but instead, they look at the financial picture, they make a decision, and then later on down the road, after they had kids, it's something that happens. Kids are beautiful things, and they change. And it tends to be the older you get after you do that, you change. But I don't believe in forcing people. I don't believe in forcing people because the God of the Bible scripture that I read and the other scriptures, I'm not supposed to tell people what to do. They're supposed to have free will. All you can do is try to help them. We can build a society for the places for those babies to go. We can build a society that's not based in working for big corporations to make money to survive or we die. We can build a society where mother doesn't have to make a decision between killing her child and having it because robots are growing food. Robots are adding on a hemp addition to their house for it to live in. You know, we can live in that society where people get less abortions, and that's where we want to go. But in anything, everything, it's not even abortion, it's just in everything. Telling other people how to live, what to do, where to go, what to like, how to be, it's always wrong. Always wrong. It is always a sin that will come back and haunt us. We need to pay more attention to what was written in those scriptures. So not pro-abortion. I'm pro, that's your business. I mind my business and I mind my skin. And I let other people mind theirs. I don't tell people they got to get their vaccines and don't give me yours. Don't abuse me. So that's kind of where I'm at. But everything, Tammy, happens for a reason too. I think a lot more is in control of all of this than what we know. Too late. A trans man already originated as alien. There's a debate there, Harley. I do get though that there is an identity issue. I don't want to make too light of that. There is an identity issue, and you do have people committing suicide because we're stupid. And we can't let people be them. We try to tell people what to be. But I'm okay with it. I think if you want to be whatever you want to be, then and that's what you are, and that's what you should be. There are people identifying now with hamsters and gerbils and dogs and chihuahuas and pugs. I'm good with that too. People still identify with the monkeys. I'm good with that too. Like we can be better people, but we gotta act like it. We gotta act better to be better. It's illegal to speak out against Israel crimes. It is illegal, Anthony, and that's why I go back to Bob Marley. He said all laws are illegal. All laws are illegal. No government actually has a right to tell you what to be. They got a right to shoot you. They got a right to murder you. They got their right because they have a monopoly on violence to put you in prison. But I speak out because I don't have a choice, Anthony. That's why I talk out, you know. But I try to speak from a perspective, though, that doesn't get people tribalized on Israel, right? Because Israel's not the problem alone. It's the government. Not necessarily the people, it's the government, right? Netanyahu and his crony psychopathic bastards, along with the crony psychopathic bastards in the PLO or the PLA and Hamas. They're all corrupt. They're all forcing people to live under them, and they make a lot of money power from the conflict. You know, so I try to talk about it in ways where some people get that, some people don't, but you know, everybody gets it in their own. Twitter, they ain't having it at all. Twitter has already they made their mind up. You will agree with them or you won't be on their platform. But I don't even know how to tweet. Half the time I tweet, I don't know what the hell I'm doing anywhere. I don't know how to reply to people, and I don't want to really learn. Like, based on the talk last night and the things that they said on that platform, they were very professional. They were very nice. They are very logical and methodical in creating products and software to bring people together and build a world and free speech within the realms of what they find to be acceptable. I get that. I don't think that should be the case, but they're building their world based on the way they want to build their world, which is why I don't need to be in their world. I'm in the Facebook world because as far as I can see, Facebook, yeah, they got limits. YouTube has limits, but they allow me to say things that I need to say. They get me to a point where I can't say the things I need to say, where I can't stand up for women, I can't stand up for children, I can't stand up for my I can't stand up for my black nationalists, I can't stand up for the kids and join these gangs to survive just to walk to school and they're thrown into prisons. I can't stand up, I'm standing up for the Congo, all over the planet, stand up for Venezuela, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. And maybe I'm just too small. Global Alliance come find me, shut me off, but I'm never gonna not talk. I'm never gonna not talk. Like I will always speak about the things that are important because I think that's all we have. That's all we have for the moment is we have to talk and end some of this tribal apocalypse to try to fix problems. Don't forget the shame young mother's face. Women need support, not judgment. Yes, Marilyn, and that's it. And that's the point. Support, not judgment. Because you'd be surprised. Not you, but me, anybody would be surprised what support does. When you just pull somebody up and you show them some love and concern and give them time and kind of explain to them, you know, what you experience with abortion. Like, I think people can go back to people. You don't have to be these psychopathic, tribal, by force, police state bastards, right? When you pull people up and you talk to them from the heart, they're more likely to listen. You show them that you give a damn. You tell them you're gonna help them out with the baby. You know, like there were times where the community came together. There were times when the church actually helped people in the community. They weren't trying to make crowns and thrones look like the Game of Thrones mega churches. There was a time when they did that. And when they stopped doing that and pushed it all on the government, then all this apocalypse. That's why I think how we save people is we save the world one person at a time. They just talk to people. They still might go get it, but you know what? That's their mistake to make. It's not my mistake. It's not your mistake. It's not an obligation that we got to force. Because if people are attacking abortion from a scriptural perspective, you know that God doesn't allow any sparrow to fall without his okay and his approval. There's another scripture. So of course he doesn't allow any baby to die that he's not okay with or it's not okay with. There's another scripture called accept what God allows. If God allows transgender, then you need to stop fighting them in the bathroom. If God allows for a woman to have an abortion, then you're supposed to actually accept it. Otherwise, it's sin. And it creates this crazy time right now that we live in because the pastors that are preaching these Bibles don't actually read them, and they selectively choose what they want to follow, and they're destroying our society and our world because they want to fill up the tithing plates because they have nothing better to do. Yeah, we can go there. I've studied the Bible my whole life. I don't play with stuff like that. I don't play with destroying an economy. How do we use HJR 192 to pay our bills? Brother David, what is that? What is HJR 192? I have to look that up. HJR 192? I don't know what that is. Hit me up with HJR 192. Explain. Discharge debt. Oh, that's a discharge debt. Debt discharge, HR 1 successful, 2017 accepted value proof. Discharging debt. Well, you know what? If I'm understanding that and just briefly looking at a few quick comments, debt's supposed to be discharged anyway. What is it? Every 7 years, you're supposed to forgive the debt. You know, debt shouldn't carry on to the children. If you, well, you know what? Outside of a scriptural perspective, outside of that 7-year thing, let's think about that. What is the purpose of debt? Purpose of debt is the same purpose of money. It's to control people. It's the same human labor forcing you to do something because you owe somebody something. I don't believe in owing people. I don't believe in forcing people. I don't believe in violence, a violation. Somebody's born into debt. I don't believe that you could own a slave. I think debt is more chattel slavery than anything else. They don't have shackles and put chains on the babies, but they do it from banks and debts. I don't think that debt should exist, because to me that actually is slavery. It's indentured servitude. No matter how you look, I twist it and shake it in my head. So I don't know the specifics of HJR 192, but just like the principle of owning somebody's labor is slavery. I'm against all of it. There's no reason why people should be forced to live lives that they don't want to lead, because that world comes to an end. There's no way we continue with this debt-based model for the world. There's no way we make it. There's no way we keep competing to get out of debt that we don't kill the world and kill everybody in it. It's important when used to enlighten, educate. However, the powers that be have perfected it into distraction and division. Have they not, Sandra? Have they not? They have perfected it. They know how to take educated, smart people I know and make them blithering idiots. Suicide. It's sad. It is, Brother Steve, and I think you judge a nation by its suicide rate. I think that's one of the great ways you judge it. You know, if somebody says we need to come to your nation and help you, if their suicide rate is higher than yours, don't accept their help. They obviously don't know what they're doing. You want to keep voting for government, keeping that model in place, and their suicide rate through the roof like it is in the United States, and 22 soldiers a day are killing killing themselves, and women are killing themselves after being raped. Those are legislators that have no effing clue how to run a society. They have no idea what kind of laws to create. And 9 times out of 10, they just created an artificially scarce society that makes poverty and violence a requirement. And so their people get hurt. But that's one of the real issues of actually keeping a government that actually doesn't work for its people. Why you gotta go anal bleeding, Brother G? Well, because it's true, Daniel. That's what they say. And I was watching a pharmaceutical the pharmaceutical companies, they don't lie, dude. They tell you the truth. I watch them. I don't watch pharmaceutical commercials when they come on, because I don't watch TV, but I'll watch certain shows on the internet. Pharmaceutical commercial. I just like people are running and dancing on the beach and stuff. They got sexy people and stuff. I don't care nothing about that. I like the end. The end is fun, because at the end is when they tell you the truth. You don't run on the beach with blood shooting out your anus. That just You ain't running on the beach if you got cancer and you're dead and you got leukemia. You ain't running on the beach if blood and mucus is shooting out your ear and diarrhea out your the other side. You ain't happy. You ain't getting none from nobody with a Viagra pill, and you got dried up mucus and boogers in your nose and pus coming out your butt. It just doesn't work. I like the end. The end is fun. I don't take any drugs at all, but it always interests me on what people don't want to hear, right? They don't want to hear, all they want to see, I want to be that person running on the beach, and they ignore the side effects. So they believe in vaccines, they believe in the Viagra, they believe in Tylenol, bear, aspirin, all of this crap that's killing people. Like, I'm not anti-drug. I don't define drug the same way everybody does. My definition of drug is something that's chemically unnatural, not found in nature. Everything else to me is just medicine. Drug is something that you make in a laboratory. Drug is something that you use in your body that we haven't had for millions of years. A drug is something that has a side effect, which means it's not supposed to be in your body ever, unless it keeps you alive. You know, so that's why I'm not a doctor fan. I'm not a doctor fan at all, because the doctors are rolling out stuff. They're not really doctors, they're not healers anymore, they're chemists. They are selling chemistry. When I'm sick, I want to see a healer, a true doctor. I don't want somebody to sell me drugs. They got them down the street. I grew up with them, Daniel. They had gold chains. They had the Adidas sweatsuits with 3 stripes. They used to run from the police and put the drugs in the shoes. If I want some drugs, I go to them. You know, and half the time they got natural cannabis and natural cocaine. If I want drugs, I go see one of the psychopathic bastards in the laboratory and in a pharmaceutical industry in Washington. I go to my CVS if I want to kill myself, all right? If I want to live, I go to my garden. All right, let me get that. I guess we didn't hit the news at all. I got to at least tell you what's in the news, don't I? I didn't know why y'all listening to me. Man, Master come in here, I be in all kind of trouble. What's in the news? So, right, so the whole point is China. So they're doing it, right? They're putting their thing down in the Hainan province, 19 or 20, 30. They're going to go to all electric cars. They're going to ban all petrol fuel and fossil fuel. That's huge. They're doing it. And they're figuring that's not easy, but they're going to ban the cars. They're moving forward. We're not. We need to. Let me see what else we got. Oh, passerbys rescued a woman from a car that fell on top of her. That made me think about it. Oh, the backflip. You almost see a creepy black backflipping robot.
War strike! Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. That look familiar? That look familiar? Oh, let me turn that off. Does that look like the robot from the Black Mirror? So MIT. Not only did Boston Dynamics make that robot that's going to kill you and eat your children, it's going to come around and administer vaccines using 5G. Not only that, but MIT made one too. This one does flips. You can kick it. It'll roll over, fall over like a dog, but then it resets back to its position, runs a procedure to stand up, and the gun comes back out. That's so creepy. Oh my God. It dances too. Look at that. It's twerking. Check it out. Twerk. Ah, it's going to twerk while I kill you. Oh gosh, we all gonna die. We all gonna die. It's just, but it's funny. It's funny to me. It's just like that technology, man. It could be flipping and running to people in car accidents and helping them and pulling them out of the cars and saving people's lives. Instead, it's gonna murder you and down the street and shoot your children. Make sure you get your vaccines. What else? Oh, the robot. Yeah, the robot. The Saudi robot. I guess I can show you here what I'm looking at. I'm gonna get out of here. That's the, I gotta move my head. Why am I so alien? Because the aliens got big head. That's why I identify with alien. And aliens, we supposed to have big heads. There's an elephant running loose in the streets of China, right? In a Chinese village, because they're supposed to destroy their ecosystems. They do the same damn thing the deer and the fox do all over America. They create coy wolves and they live in your neighborhoods because you destroy their environment. Because you're supposed to be a steward of the planet, but you want to pass that sin down to the next generation too. That's the robot in Saudi Arabia. That's the one. She's woman. She's the only woman in Saudi Arabia got any damn rights. But your Congress loves them anyway. Your Congress stands up for women's rights because they got white shirts, and that's the only woman. The only she's supposed to be Audrey Hepburn. The only one who stands, the only one who has a right. She can drive a car. She can get her citizenship. She can lead a country. She can walk away from her husband if she wants to. All the other women in Saudi Arabia are slaves. 100%. They get treated like dogs. And we send them weapons, and we gave them a THAAD missile defense system to make sure nobody can change that. What else we got? Chinese enterprise, Huayu. Oh yeah, Huayu, the name of that company that makes the cell phones. They tried to invite everybody out to their headquarters somewhere in America, the U.S. headquarters, to invite the media out and get over there, and they found out, oh damn it, we thought y'all all be Chinese people. We thought y'all be Chinese people trying to make phones to take over our country. I mean, well, it's all just Americans in there working like Clemencia heading to work. All of us. What else was in the news? U.S. position anti-missile defense system in Israel. We talked about that. So we gave them the THAAD missile. Why? Because Americans need to pay for it. They need the America keep running. And some people, I say stuff, they're like, yeah, but you said America print the money. They print the money, so I ain't got to worry about it. Yes, you're right. They print the money. They print the money. They print the money. They print the money. But they, like the brother was saying, it comes with debt. You know what? It's a four-letter word, and it's the worst four-letter word you ever want to hear anybody say. Debt. So they print the money, they give it to corporations, they buy the missiles, they send them over there and give them to their friends all over the planet who are psychopathic, and guess who get to pay that debt back? That debt goes to somebody. It goes to international bankers that own other nations, that also have militaries and also have banks that want their money. They're going to want that money eventually. Say, oh, the American economy collapses, those debts will be forgiven. No, they won't. No, they won't. That's not how international billionaires work. They will shut America off from the whole world. All resources, metal, supply, small electronics, coltan, oil, everything they can. America's being looted and collapsed. So every time, like the CIA is down there right now, spending your freedom. They're not down because you know what? You know, you can almost hear it. Hear that debt? They're trying to find anybody to stand up against Guaido and start a bloody revolt in a nation where their children live. They're giving them all kind of money and guns and weapons because that's what the CIA has always done. That's their whole purpose. Your money, your debt, you got to pay back. And when the bankers call on that credit, we're going to be right back in the Great Depression. So yes, they print the money. But we got to pay for the money. That's what I'm saying. It's like, America first. Yeah. Yeah, America first ain't putting shackles on the next generation. Another sin coming home for the next Forbes richest list. Rich Ford, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner, she billionaire. Everybody bow, worship. Oh, I guess got a pop-up. Venezuela names German ambassador persona non grata. That don't sound good. But then Germany, y'all been acting up with America. Y'all been out there being bad. But she's the next billionaire, Kylie Jenner. Worship her. That's what everybody do. She's 21 years old, billionaire. This makes sense. Meanwhile, we got kids at 21 years old. They got to sell their bodies for food, for biscuits. This makes sense. Y'all want to keep psychopath world going? You got your 2020. So this is what we're going to do. New Russian armored vehicle drone. Oh, let's look at that. Yeah, because this is one of the things that's going to kill us. This was good. We need to know what the robots look like so y'all got the guns like, what the hell is he doing? Oh, Lord, no. We ain't watching that. What the hell? Sweaty ball video? What the hell? I didn't know what the hell was that? What the hell is wrong with y'all? Some drug they hadn't figured out how to sell a powder to you to put on your testicles? This is why we all gonna die, y'all. We ain't gonna make it. We just what the hell? All right, I'm trying to watch the robots. This is why I don't do commercials. I don't do commercials at all. All right, this is the robot you can see come down the street. Russians, the bad guys, making automated soldiers. Get ready. Damn, Ruskers. You gonna fight that? That's what you gonna fight? They're tied into 5G. You gonna fight that, right? Look at the targeting system. It goes with his gun. You gonna fight that? You really? All you gonna do? You gonna fight? You seen it in the movies? You know how to fight him? You seen it in the movies? You know what to do? You gonna put your finger in his eye? You go, wait, let me find a picture of this dude. You gonna fight him? You gonna fight him? Huh? You gonna talk about his mama? You gonna intimidate him? That's why Trump wants 6G. I laugh about it. Obama wanted 4G and he liked 5G and Trump said Damn it, we need 6G. Why? Because all of those killer robots that they'll probably buy from Russia, or Russia will send here, because I don't think Russia and America actually fight each other. I think they're all in it together. What you gonna do to that robot? You gonna scare that robot? That robot gonna come right through your door. And you think America ain't had none? Oh, you think American robots are for Venezuelans, huh? America got the killer robots and they're good. Let me tell you this. If you don't own your government, if you don't own your Pentagon, if corporations tell all your politicians what to do, when to do, how to do, when to get on the bus, when to get off the bus, and smack them around when they feel like it, that damn robot ain't for you. It's not for you. It's against you. It's going to be used to control you. There are no tanks in America that defend Americans. There are tanks in America that will show Americans exactly where they need to walk and when they need to go into a slave camp. That's just how the world works. It's ugly, but money makes those decisions, not your 2020s. All right, what else? I just going through some of the news, and I got to get out of here. Damn it. Oh, it's late. I got to go. How's the audio? Is the audio still good? I'd like to get some feedback, find out if we resolve this issue so we can move on. Is anything else here that was important? Twisted Monroe Doctrine. Yeah, he's talking about the Monroe Doctrine, explaining how it's all twisted, jacked up, and was meant for good, but it's not how being used now. France faces, the third nights of riots. We can look at that real quick, then I gotta get out of here. Third nights of riots. Why are they rioting? That like a riot? Why would you say that's a riot? I know what those are. Those are bottle rockets, man. Them bottle riots, that's not a riot. They got the riot police out though. They're ready for them. Meanwhile, so here's a headline. What's the headline? France faces third nights of riots after 2 teens die in police chase. Police chase. First of all, I got issues. Why you got grown police with guns chasing children? That's my first question. Children that don't have frontal lobes. And the second question is, why the hell did they die? And them just fireworks, man. All right. Here's my point on that one. That to me, I don't know what that's about. The people are upset, so they're yelling, "Vive la France!" Where Brother Jonathan at? And they're probably shooting fireworks. Bottom line is, police shouldn't be chasing anybody. The police are supposed to be there for the people. The people shouldn't be rioting because police are chasing them. No police should be chasing any children, any street, anywhere. No adult with weapons chasing children any damn where. They're just children. Period. Ever. Never. Why? Because that's psychopathic activity. And if you have laws that send police after children, something is wrong with you. Until you're 26, you don't even have a frontal lobe. There should be no dead children anywhere on this planet by hands of government. Dumb, stupid. I don't care if they were dealing drugs. They're criminals. They robbed a convenience store. So it's a good idea that they die. Grow up. The sins, parents will always come back on the next generation. We can't have this, people. This is not normal. This is not okay. Right? Especially not in a time now where you really go pick a kid. You can go pick a kid up. Wait, guess what? Because you know what? Kids like to eat food. You know what? When they're tired of running from the police, you know what they do? They go over to the mama house. They go home. You know who they are. You know where they live. You know where mama, and they really did something that was really, really bad. You wait till they go to sleep. Kids get tired, y'all. They get tired. You know, they go to sleep. And then if you really got to go pick them up, you pick them up. But I'm kind of against like the whole philosophy. I don't think if you don't have a human brain, you can't be subject to human law. That's always my stance. And if you don't have a frontal lobe to 26, you can't even make decisions in the human world. You don't even have the capability. Then to me, you're abusing a creature that's trying to become a human. You're abusing an underdeveloped creature because you can. You're abusing, it's DNAist. DNAist is what it is. So anyway, let me get to the last couple comments. I'm gonna get out of here. We didn't even look at the news. I think that was the last little bit of piece of the news. Oh, who calling me? I don't know. All right. to the news. Okay. That's my take. I could be wrong. What the hell do I know? I don't convince anybody I know anything. I just tell you the bits that I do know. Exactly, like from the Black Mirror. Yeah, it was, Yvonne. Looked like just like it, didn't it? You know, I'll have to post that Boston Dynamics video. You know, I know that robot's getting better and better and better. And I like to tell people, say, yeah, but that robot can't catch me. Do you actually think Boston Dynamics, who has military contracts, actually will release what the current robots can do? No. You get to see on YouTube what the robots was doing 20 years ago. What the robots can do now, that top secret military technology, they don't want anybody. They tell it they don't want you Russians to see it. That's how they say it. National security. Can't let the Ruskies see it. Gotta keep it secret from the Ruskies and the Chinese. Can't let the socialists know what kind of robots we got. That's the American people. That's how I laugh at it. It's like, it's not national security, y'all. Every king just wants to control his population. You are their labor. They need to control you. That's what 5G is for. That's why they don't release it. We got classified documents and information to keep the Americans safe. No, it's because you actually want to murder the Americans. You want to keep them in place and keep them in line, especially when the robots take all their jobs. You want to convince them that the poor Chinese people are taking your jobs. Like, no, they're not. It's the robots are the automation and the corporations. Stay focused, focus on the problem. And the corporations bought the government. All of them, both sides. Stay focused. Focus is a good thing. All right, oh, Brother Chris is in the house. Good morning, Brother Chris. Hello, I made it here at things, what to do this morning. Okay, well, Brother John, I know you got a lot to do this morning. I know you do an early morning video. All right, let's get down and get out of here. Lots of laughter. I'm indebted to my dad for $300. That's my debt. Amy, you should know your daddy nothing. Tell your daddy I said, hey, you don't owe nothing. Amy, tell your daddy, hey, the bald guy on the internet said that daddies can't own little girls anything because little girls didn't actually ask to be here. Tell him you made that decision when you took the dingling out and gave mama some roses. That's when that decision was made. Children don't owe their parents anything. No kid has to be here. Tell him I said it. Tell him I said it. But if you got guns, then don't tell him I said it. Don't tell him. I know that's how my brain works. They say Saudi Arabia has bad government, like they're the only ones. Right, Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia's in league with America. You got to be bad. You know the bad kids hang together. Everybody know that. You grew up in America. You know the bad kids hang together. The bad kids run together. They run together with Israel and everyone. The bad kids, they're always in the corner smoking cigarettes, planning something in the bathroom, doing stuff, locking people in their closet. The bad kids all stick together. If America got a good government, you think they do, and they with Saudi Arabia and Israel, then you should really rethink that. Bad kids always run together. They got a lot in common, pretending that women's rights thing. Meanwhile, America got more women in prison than anybody on the nation ever. Ever. America has more women in prison than Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia think women are dogs and cows. Think about that. Let's process that for a minute. We got more little girls, but it's okay. Congress got them white, y'all. The women in Congress. Solidarity with women's rights. I'm pretty sure the bullets in the world are depression proof. Woo! Yeah, the bullets are depression proof. That is for sure. That is for sure. Hey, Jay, good morning. All right, I can get out of here. Let me get down and see the last couple comments. We gonna die or be reprogrammed. That's right, Maryland. And they got the robots for it. We all go to work. We all pay our taxes. We're still voting for the people who want the police state, the Democrats and Republicans, and so that's the future. That's why I laugh at it. You can't outrun a robot. Police is brutal against the yellow vest. Yes, it is, Christine. The yellow vest is still standing up. That's why you don't see them anywhere on American TV. People are rioting and destroying things. The yellow vest got infiltrated. Right, Ivana, because they were all peaceful. And for the most part, I think they still are. Like, you listen to Brother Jonathan, the vast majority of protests over there are all still peaceful. But they infiltrate just like here. You know, they infiltrate the Antifas, they infiltrate the white nationalists and the prayer breakfast brothers and they infiltrate all of them. Because they need violence. They need conflict. Most of these groups have very valid points. Poverty's a bad idea and they've been abused. That's why people get together. But you can't let people get together in peace. And so they gotta They got to infiltrate and make a mess out of it to get us to say, oh, that's a bad idea. It's a good idea for people to come together, but it's also, they got to police their own communities. They got to start calling out the violent people among them. Let me see. Down to the bottom. Brother Kelly is in the house. 12-book series from 2001. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Wendy. Those dum-dums recycle. Let me see. We need to give personhood to every living thing, and by default, they will have some protections as corporations. Yeah, we do. Well, personhood needs to be the top, right, Kelly? Personhood needs to be the top. Human beings, sentient creatures, biological beings need to be on top of every corporation. They should have more rights than any system, any government, any corporation. And anything that kills human beings, anything that kills persons has to go away. Any corporation that manufactures chemicals, that murders people, they need to be broken up and spread to the winds. Corporations need death, totally need death. Let me see, I disagree. The yellow vests came out fighting like we never do. And the police are the ones who escalated the violence. We know, brother, I don't know how it began. But you know, the problem with these situations is we look for generalities for the most part to try to process it in our brain. And the reality is there were yellow vest protests in multiple locations all over. So some could have been peaceful. Some could have been a little more rough. They could have been even infiltrated from the beginning. It could have been something that the government started. They got their secret agencies in France too to try to make a violent revolt so they could clamp down on it immediately. Maybe the people took over it and made it more peaceful, kind of peaceful in the beginning. We don't know anything. That's why I laugh at it, Kelly. We actually don't know anything. The only thing I know is the bourgeoisie and the elite run France, and they shouldn't. The poor people should. The bourgeoisie and the elite and the oligarchs run America, and they shouldn't. The bourgeoisie and the elite in Venezuela don't run Venezuela, so they want to take it back over, and that's why we're going to help them do that. Those are the things that seem to be pretty obvious. Poor people should run the lands they live on. I don't believe in slavery at all. Peace is always a dirty word to warmongers killing for corporate profit. Amen, Sister Victoria. Amen. Peace is a violent world. You know why? Because all war is rape. That's why. All war is rape, and rape makes money. And that's why governments do it. All war is poverty. Poverty makes money, and that's why governments do it. All war is fear. Governments gain power from it, and that's why they do it. All war gives more power to the elites that control the land and have the resources to raise armies and murder people and put together warlords, and that's why they do it. Gotta move. We gotta exit. We got a war exit. We got a violent exit. And the only way I think we do that is we enter into sovereignty. We enter into leaving people alone, letting them live their own lives, not be controlled. When we get to that pretty spot, when a little baby is born in America, France, Europe, Australia, and kiss that little bit, little baby, I'm gonna give you the rights that cockroaches have. We have governments that will give human babies the freedom and the rights that cockroaches, ladybugs, and mosquitoes have. We're making progress. Until then, we are forced labor societies, and the whole model has to be flipped. Violence has to be banned in government among your betters like it is among us. We do that. We're making progress. But as long as we're happy with violence, as long as people who have more jewels do than us, we will be passing the next generation our sick psychopathic ills, and the next generation will always suffer our ignorant sins. Anyway, gotta get out of here. It's Gerard. Love y'all to death. I'm going. Bye-bye.